So you guys can keep your cameras off and your sound off. That way, it doesn't disrupt anything. But if you have questions, you can put it in the chat at any time, or before we get started, you can ask questions with the audio as well. And just so to kind of run down the format of things. So I'm going to do the introduction part first, which kind of just goes over what to expect, what we're going to be doing, what kind of things to even expect from your body during this breathwork session. And then I'll give you guys a couple minutes to go to the bathroom, get any water that you might want to drink before we get started, and then get in position, and then we'll start. Okay, so before I get into the introduction, does anybody have any questions? Okay. So this is a transformational breathwork session. And I'm really excited to share this for those of you who have done it with me before. You kind of know the backstory a little bit, but I started integrating breathwork into kind of my healing and self-care journey over the course of the last year, and it has been really, really helpful because I didn't realize that my body was still holding on to a lot of stuff. So I was doing energy work and I was doing therapy, and I was doing some of these, all of these different modalities that I had learned, and there was still a level of my body reaction to things, even though I felt differently, or I know the different practices to do, even when it comes to cognitive changes and all that kind of stuff. So and that's why I started to get into this. Just make sure. There we go. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to make sure everyone's muted for now. So thank you for saying yes and being here today. My intention for today's session is we're going to be focusing much more on kind of embodying, our next self or our future self, what we want for ourselves, and clearing out anything that's kind of stuck, anything that has been holding us back, specifically the identities that we find ourselves really clinging to, that may be holding some past wounds, some blocks, that kind of thing. And so my intention is just to clear that away, to let whatever come to the surface, and then to bring in and call in that energy, those sensations and feelings of what it's like to embody the us that we want to create in the upcoming year. One of the most powerful aspects of breathwork is the capacity for somatic healing and trauma release. Our bodies hold onto memories, emotions, and past experiences, and it gets locked up in our muscles and our tissues and just all the different places in our bodies. And it can manifest as lots of different things, including stress, anxiety, overwhelm, difficulty communicating, feeling triggered by the people that we love, or just feeling stuck. And this can happen on a day-to-day basis. What a lot of people don't understand about trauma is that it's generational. Although I know that we've talked about it before, and I've even talked a little bit about how science has specifically proven it, and that trauma can be handed down 14 generations. They did these experiments on mice, and the mice would still react to similar stimuli that the ancestors, their great grandparents, learned that whatever the stimuli was going to cause a threat to their life. And even if they weren't necessarily around the same exact stimuli, they were still reacting in this traumatized way. So trauma is very much passed down into our cellular memory. And some of you may have had a relatively easy childhood, but think about everything that maybe your ancestors, your parents, your grandparents experienced. All of that can be passed down to you, and your body is still reacting in a similar way. But the good news is that today you have an opportunity to break those old inherited patterns. By leveraging our breath, we can unblock all the trapped energy, allowing it to surface and be acknowledged, and ultimately to be released. This isn't just for us, but it's for future generations. It's for the people around us, so that we can just have better connections and allow ourselves to show up fully as who we are, because that's what the world needs. It is going to take work. There are going to be parts in this breathwork journey where you might feel uncomfortable, and that's okay. I want you to lean into that discomfort. I promise you, on the other side of the struggle, it's going to be worth it. After all, it's just breathing for a little over 45 minutes. And if you can get through all of the crazy challenges you have in your life, you can get through this. And so I really want you to kind of hone into that, lean into that whenever your mind might go, oh my gosh, is this over? Maybe I should be doing this. Or even I know when I'm doing these, my body's always like, oh, we're really hungry. Actually, we feel like we need food right now. And so I'm always telling my mind, let's just get through this next song. And sometimes it's that way through the whole entire session. So if that is you, that is okay. And just allow yourself to lean into the discomfort a little bit and push yourself to stay in it for as long as possible, or till the end. And so decide right now that when things start to get uncomfortable, that you're going to lean in and not out. Okay. So, and here's the one thing that happens sometimes though, we may decide that we're going to lean in and go deep, but we've got all these blocks that live inside of our bodies, and these blocks present themselves as shallow breathing. So if you find yourself breathing shallow, this can be a little bit more like a meditation as opposed to a huge release. If you do find yourself breathing shallowly, and that essentially just means that you're breathing into the chest as opposed to pulling all of your air down, and don't worry, we're going to go over the breath patterns, then just kind of slow down, reconnect with your breath, and challenge yourself to breathe deeper. Okay. It's just a matter of essentially just reminding your brain. Sometimes I have to do it too. And the big thing about this is today is depth over speed. Most of my breathwork journeys are breath or depth over speed, because depth is where we're really going to be able to like pull whatever it is that is blocking us out of our bodies. It's even a slow, nice, deep, full breath is enough to activate your system and unlock a very powerful experience. So just focus on taking big, full, deep breaths from start to finish. And just remember one very important thing: you are safe breath, like the entire time. Breathwork has been deemed a safe practice by the scientific and medical community, as long as you are fit to practice. And I'll go over some of the conditions that would indicate that maybe it isn't a safe practice for you, but there's modifications that we can make so that it is a safe practice for you. And then the worst thing that can happen is you can faint, but we're laying on the ground. So even if you do, it's still safe. Although I've never had anyone faint, and even the programs I was in, the teachers said that they've never had anyone faint. So you don't really have to worry about that. It's very rare. And then I want you to remember that you are the captain of your own experience. So what essentially that means is if something is becoming painful or so uncomfortable that like you're becoming scared, that's okay. What you'll do is you'll go back to what we call a reset breath pattern, which is essentially just in through your nose, out through your mouth, and you'll slow down, and that's completely okay. You're in full control, and you have the ability to go deeper if you want, to speed up if you want, by breathing deeper or slowing down. And you can always go back to the reset breath whenever you want to, whenever you need to. So if you start to feel like anything is too much at any point, simply close your mouth and start breathing through your nose. This is going to reset your system back to a parasympathetic rest and relaxed state in just a few breaths, and then you will feel ready to come back in whenever you want. And you're in full control, just to emphasize that. Okay, so let's go into the few elements of this experience so you can feel safe and ready no matter what comes up. So the first element of this experience is that it's a physical experience. On the physical level, we're going to be activating all sorts of energy centers in the body. We're overloading the body with oxygen and off-gassing our carbon dioxide. DMT is being released into the brain, as well as dopamine and serotonin, like all of the really cool feel-good chemicals that we love. And this is going to activate all of the centers in the body. The big thing that I wanted to emphasize here, because I know a lot of people have questions about this, is that the way that the body releases trauma is through sensation. So there's all kinds of different sensations your body might create during this session. Some of these sensations can feel nice and pleasant. Others can be quite uncomfortable. You might get the sensation that you want to move your body or shake your body. You might get the sensation that you just want to like move your hands or arms or legs in a certain way. That's okay. There's a whole spectrum that can happen and will happen. And just to let your body do whatever it needs to do, whatever you feel like it needs, let that come up. Just make sure that there's nothing around you that you could hit, that you could end up hurting yourself with. There is on the extreme end of this, there on the extreme end of the physical release, there's a phenomenon called tetany, also called lobster claws, which what can happen is your hands can lock up. And it's not dangerous, nothing, your hands aren't going to stay this way, but it can be rather uncomfortable. And just know that if this happens, it's completely safe. It's just energy that's being released from the body, and happens when you off gas too much CO2 too quickly, but it's okay. And once you get back to, once the breath work is over, or if it becomes painful at any time, you can always do the reset breaths. But once the breath work is over, or the active breath work is over, your hands will go back to normal. But if it becomes painful at all, just do some reset breaths and your hands will start to release as well. Then there's the mental side. It's pretty simple, just like meditations. Our minds are gonna wander. So just bring your mind back to your breath. And I will also say, let anything that comes up come up. You might have specific memories come up. You might have like random thoughts come up. That's okay. Just let them come and go, and just make sure then you can bring your mind's focus back onto your breath pattern. But your mind is going to go other places while you're doing this, and that's okay, because what it is doing is, it means these memories, the past trauma, anything that's blocking you is actually coming up to get released. So what's coming is going. And then finally, there's the emotional side. This is the most important aspect of this entire process. Years and generations of blocked, stuck, unprocessed emotions, locked in the body. And especially when today we're focusing on those emotions as it relates to where you want to go in the next year. And even all the emotions we didn't even realize we needed to feel and let go of are going to be leaving through this experience. So if you feel like you need to cry, let yourself cry. If you need to move your body, just take notice of what's around you, and don't hurt yourself. Whatever your body needs to do, let it all come up and go, and just let it be. Don't judge yourself. Don't try to make any assumptions. Just focus on your breath and let yourself release in whatever way comes up. On the other side of a deep cry is so much healing, so please lean into it. And then another element of that is we are going to have somatic releases. So that's why in the email that I sent about an hour ago, I said to bring 2 pillows. One can be placed under your knee if you need back support. The other we're going to use for a somatic scream. So we're going to have this build up, and then there's going to be 3 screams throughout this entire journey. So if you're not in a place where screaming is appropriate, or you're not comfortable with it, that's what the pillow is for. You'll scream into the pillow, it will muffle it, trust me, and you can push your face into it to muffle it even more. I always use a pillow because I live in an apartment. It's never a situation where I can just scream. So that is what that is for. And then we are also going to have 3 breath holds. So, and I'll let you know before each of these things come. I'll be guiding you through this entire process. So the breath holds are also going to come up, and they'll be about 30 seconds each time. And if you aren't able to hold your breath the whole time, that's okay. You can release, take another deep breath in, and then hold again. So don't worry about it. If you really feel like you can't do that, you can just do as long as you can, and just do multiple breath holds in that same time span. Okay. All right. So then I want to get into the breath, what are the breath patterns that we're actually going to be doing. So what we're going to be doing majority of the time is going to be called a 2-part active breath. So you're going to be, and we're only going to be using our mouths. It's a lot more effective to use our mouths. A lot of times what I find if we're using our nose, just our nose for it, we might fall asleep. So it's a lot better and a lot more effective to use your mouth. So you're going to breathe in through your mouth. You can put one hand on your chest, one hand on your stomach. It doesn't have to stay there the whole time. In the beginning, I always recommend it because it just helps you to make sure that you're doing the active breath correctly. So you're going to breathe in, and you're going to focus on I don't know if you guys can see me, your stomach going up. So, and then your chest, and then out. And so it'll feel a little bit like a wave once you get into it. but you want to do deep breaths into pulling the air into your stomach and your hips. I always say aim for the hips, because then you're definitely going to get your stomach, but also there's a lot of trauma stored in our hips. So when we breathe into our hips, it makes a huge difference in what we're able to kind of gather and release. And the second breath will be into the chest. So I'm going to do it again. And when you release, don't push it. Like, you want to just, it's literally just gonna, almost like your sign, like it's just a release, and you can think release if you want. But a lot of times you'll get into this rhythm and it'll feel and look more like a wave. So it'll be more like, okay. And the first couple songs, you're going to be taking it slow. It's going to be to get into the rhythm, to start connecting your body and your breath, all that kind of stuff. And again, if you feel like at any point anything is too much, you can go back to that reset breath, which is just in, like, you can do all through the nose, but just it's going to be a 1-to-1. So it's just in and out, in and out, or you can do it both in and out through the nose. Okay. All right. So next are kind of the conditions of that this might not be, the active breath might not be safe. If you have any of these conditions, just chat, like private chat me, and I can let you know what the modifications are. Okay. So anybody who has cardiovascular related health issues, high blood pressure, hypertension, anyone who is pregnant, any history of epilepsy or seizures. Fun fact, I have epilepsy, so, and I still do this. I have to allow my, like, you want to listen to your body, and you'll know what your limits are. I know what my limits are. But if you are at all like uncomfortable at any capacity, you're just, and this is really for anyone, you're just going to do in through the nose, out through the mouth the whole time. And so whenever I am in it, I will actually, I do the active breath, but then I will do the reset breaths if I feel like it's too overwhelming and I just need to do some reset breaths. So if you have any questions, like I said, you can private chat me. If you just recently had surgery, if you are on any like super heavy duty medications like Dilaudid or anything like that, and if you have been diagnosed with any mental health illness, such as like schizophrenia. Okay, if no, then we're gonna just keep on going. And just a little bit about the scream. It's a very important element of the experience. We're gonna build up the energy to do it, and then we're gonna do a big breath in, and there is gonna be a minor hold. It's not gonna be the same as the other breath holds that we're gonna be doing. And then we're gonna let out a massive somatic release, which comes in the form of a scream. And this is gonna be super, super cathartic. It's one of the, like, my favorite parts and elements of transformational breath work. So if you can, do it. And again, have a pillow ready so that you can do it. I highly, highly recommend it. And then that's pretty much it, guys. Does anybody have any questions? You can get yourselves ready. I will leave 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes for you guys to use the restroom. Yay! So get yourselves ready, take a sip of water. You're gonna be laying flat. I don't think I said that, but you're gonna be laying flat on the ground. You can be in a bed, you can be on a couch. I always do it on the floor just because I tend to move a lot. My body always likes to shake to release. And just move. So it's a lot easier for me to be on the ground. If you have over the head headphones, those are going to be best. You can use AirPods and stuff too. Sometimes though, if you're like moving, it can just get knocked out. So you might just want to use a speaker. And I think that's it. Any questions? I'll start kind of the 2-minute timer and then we'll get going. All right. How's everyone feeling about it today? I know I recognize a lot of names, so I'm sure most of you have done these already with me before. Oh, good. I'm glad. Good, good, good. Okay, and I want to pull up my Spotify playlist. And let me do a test for the sound real quick. How is this sound level for you guys? Can you still hear me and also hear the music in the background? And just put it in the chat so I can see. Can everyone hear the music and me? Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, since there are no no's, I'm going to assume that everybody else is a yes too. Okay. Awesome. All right. So now we're going to get started. So lay down. You can start closing your eyes, and we are going to head into the intentions. Cute. Okay. Okay. Start to get comfortable. We're not going to start the active breath yet. I just want you to start off by breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I just want you to set an intention for yourself. What is it that brought you here? What did you want to release? What do you want to focus on? What's been coming up for you? Let it come up and then kind of see it wash away. Now I want you to bring and call to the surface any dreams that you have for yourself. What is it that you truly want to call in, that you want to experience in this next year? And what would it feel like to have it right now? To know that it was inevitable? What does it feel like in your body? Let those feelings and sensations, bring them up into your chest to feel them in your heart. Just feel with each breath your heart activating. And let it go. And now I want you to call forward, what are the things that you feel are blocking you from that? What are the uncomfortable emotions? I want you to cause that feeling in your body. Call it up into your chest. And just feel what that is, or feel those sensations. Whether it's anxiety, maybe it's a fear of being unworthy, maybe you don't feel like you have the resources or the time, maybe you feel like you're not good enough. Just call it all forward for a second. And now let it go. But that is what we are here to release today. So as we enter into this next song, I want you to start to focus on those sensations of what's blocking you. Now we're going to start the active breath, active breath in 3, 2, 1. Good job. worry about the speed, even if the sound of me doing it was a little faster than you're comfortable with. Take it at your own speed right now. Depth over speed. Breathe deep into the hips, chest, and release. And just focus on getting comfortable with that breath pattern and starting to sink into your body and all of the knowledge and wisdom that your body holds. Good job. And just let your mind start to bring up, what is it that you are ready to let go of? Is it a person, a relationship? Is it an identity? What are the times that you've been afraid this past year or at any time? What kind of fear are you holding? What parts of yourself are you ready to let go? Let them come up, be released with every exhale. That's what we're going to focus on in this first release as we start to build our energy in this next song. Keep that active 2-part breath. Whenever things start to get uncomfortable, see if you can dig a little deeper. Don't run from it. This is your time to face all that's been holding you back. So see if in this song you can dig a little bit deeper and discover different things that are being held in your body. If your body starts to feel like it needs to move, that's okay. Even if you feel like you need to speed it up, that's okay. Just make sure that your breaths stay deep. Pulling that air all the way down to your hips and your stomach, and then your chest, and release. What were the times that you were afraid this past year? where you played it safe, or where narratives started to be created about yourself, about what was possible for you. Let your body feel into those times and feel into even why they maybe started to come up. Let those feelings and sensations take you to the places that those fears are rooted in. Maybe it's a memory, maybe it's a person, a place, a situation. Don't judge or try to assume anything that comes up. Let yourself tap into your body's wisdom. Okay, and we're going to start the build up to release in this next song. So I want you to keep following those threads of where this was rooted in. Where did you learn this about yourself? Learn to fear this part of yourself, or fear a certain dream. Where did these narratives start to come from? See if you can breathe a little deeper. And I want you to let the emotions come up from those times that you were afraid, from those times that you decided that you weren't good enough, or that things were just not going to work out. See past versions of yourself coming up, being released from your body. Where is anger, fear, sadness? Where is it being stored in your body? Call it forward. Breathe into it and release it with every breath. Good job. What have you been told about yourself? What were you taught to believe about yourself and what's possible for you? This is the first song where we're going to do the first scream and a brief breath hold, just to prepare you guys. So I want you to see, even right now, if you can breathe a little bit deeper. Breathe into those feelings. Where are they at in your body? How have they been determining how you show up? Is there a person or people or situations that you're still angry at or afraid of? What are the narratives? Let your body and your mind join together so that you can uncover the root cause, and we're going to clear it in this song. Good job. So in about 10 seconds, we're going to breathe in and hold for 15. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Just let it all come forward. And then in 5 seconds, you're going to scream into your pillow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Scream. Let it all out. All of the frustration and narratives, they're no longer yours. Good job. If you feel like you need another scream, let yourself. Feel it from in every cell in your body. Good job. And when you're ready, get back into that active breath. Good job. Now you can slow it down a little bit, but keep that same depth. And tap into what your body feels like, having released that. Now that that identity, that narrative, that fear is no longer in your body, what are you capable of? With each breath in, breathe in the light and the love that is and always has been available to you.
It's strange how some written words can evoke emotion.
We're going to slow it down with this song, and then we're going to build into our second release after this song. So let yourself slow down, still keeping that same active breath pattern. But let yourself lean into how good it feels, how light you feel after that first release. And I want you to send love to those past versions of yourself, even to those memories that came up. See the beauty that they add to your life. And see the past decisions that you made, the actions that you took. And see them with love now, as opposed to judgment. No longer keeping part of yourself back in the dark of your mind. It is okay to love even those parts of yourself that you thought were bad, that you thought were unworthy, that you thought were not good enough. It is okay to embrace them. Okay, now we're getting back into the build up. So I want you to deepen your breath. Lean into the discomfort that's going to come up now. I want you to call forward the identities that you feel that you're stuck in, the roles that you feel that you have to play in order to be loved. Who did you have to become in order to be loved as a child, or as a teenager, even as a young adult? Let the music guide you. Who did you have to become to survive? What are the moments that you let pieces of yourself chip away in order to survive, in order to be loved, in order to be seen? What were you told about the identities or the roles that you find yourself playing every single day? Feel into those moments. Feel into all the places where these identities are covering your true essence like a blanket. Where you feel like your identities and your true self don't match. All those times that you had to become or felt you had to become something else other than yourself in order to be seen, to be loved, to be heard, to survive, to be successful. Call all of those sensations forward. Bring them up into your chest, through your throat, release them. We're going to get into our first build-up song before the release. So just prepare as we get a little bit deeper in this next song. You guys are doing great. I want you to call forward and see those moments those times when you had to change yourself or become something else to numb out what you knew you wanted or what you knew that you were in order to survive, in order to be loved, to be seen as worthy. And with each release, I want you to see these moments, the energy of these moments form a ball just right floating above you. And as you're breathing out and exhaling, see this ball turn into a creature. And I want you to stare this creature in the eyes. All those identities, all those times that you changed who you were. I want you to prepare for a breath hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, good job. And prepare to let the scream out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scream. And I want you to let yourself do multiple screams if you need to. See the energy from those moments, those memories, those things that have come up be released from your body. Any cords that were connecting you to this creature, those memories, those sensations and feelings, be released with your scream. And when you're ready, go back to that active breath. You're doing a great job. Your body might be feeling like it needs to move, like it needs to shake, let it. If you feel like you need to scream again, let yourself. If you feel like you need to cry, that's okay too. Dig a little bit deeper. Good job. Good job. Okay, we're done with that release. Let yourself slow your breath down a little bit more. Still keep that active breath pattern. And just see any remnants of anything that's left from those identities. See yourself breaking through those identities, those narratives. They're no longer yours. Good job, guys. Now I want you to connect with the love that you have for the creature that you saw, for all of the fear, the anger, all the emotions that you think are bad, whether it's jealousy or bitterness. See light shining on those, shining on the creature while you look it in the eyes. Let yourself open up to love for it. And I want you to see yourself now standing in any memories where you felt alone, where you felt like something was impossible, where you felt hopeless. And just see your present self standing there with you. And as you are still in the active breath pattern, every time you breathe in, breathe that feeling in, that feeling of never being alone. Even in the hardest times. And let yourself lean into that feeling that you are taken care of and always have support, even if it's just from you. See how those past memories change, how they feel different, seeing yourself there with you, whether it's a child version of you, a young adult version of you. See the story change. Feel the pride that you have for the past version of yourself, the excitement you have for them. With each breath, share that excitement with them. You're changing the stories of your life so they are even more beautiful and supportive. Good job. And see that creature transform into something beautiful, into a beautiful warm light. Now that it's no longer in the shadows, it's just here to support, to love, and it's no longer blocking you. Good job. Keep that active breath. We only have a few songs left. You guys are doing great. So we're gonna start the slow builds again. That last time I messed up with the songs, but that's okay. But we're gonna start the build up again. For this round of release, I just want you to focus on what are the stories you've told yourself about the dreams that you have, about who you need to be to accomplish those dreams. What are the things that you are holding on to so tightly or trying to control? Let any emotions, any blocks, let it all come up. Let your body lead you.
Which way the wind blows when this day is done. Breathe, breathe in the air. Set your intentions. Dream with
And check in with your breath. Make sure you're breathing deeply into the hips and belly and into the chest, and release. It's okay if you want to slow it down. It's also okay if you want to speed it up. Challenge yourself to go even deeper. This is the last release.
So follow the sun, the direction of the birds, the direction of love. Breathe, breathe in the air. Cherish this moment, cherish this breath.
I want you to bring up the dreams that you felt were impossible, the things that you might even consider to be fantasies. But in the secret is part of your soul. You deeply want to be true. You deeply want to experience. But you're afraid that it's not possible.
When you feel this crazy society adding to the strain,
Bring up those feelings of challenge.
to the nearest water sands. Remember your place. Many moons have risen and fallen long before you came.
The sensations that tell you, maybe this is impossible for me, that make it feel hard. What are the feelings that come up? Where did you learn that your dream was impossible? Lean into it with each breath. Find where it's hiding in the body.
So follow the sun.
And let the emotions come up. Lean into them. Maybe you've been trying to keep yourself together because that's what you think you have to do in order to reach this goal. I want you to see if you can breathe deeper. Breathe into those emotions, sensations, those stories. And if your mind leads you to any memories that are blocking you, any past events, people, relationships, that's okay. Know that you're safe. Breathe deeper whenever anything gets uncomfortable. Maybe it's anxiety that comes up. Let your mind take you to the root cause. Follow it like a thread. And let all the emotions come up, the anger, the sadness, the fear. Lean into the sensations your body is creating. Pull that air in. Uncover the things your body is holding. What's keeping you here? What past events have you been using as evidence that what you want is impossible? With each exhale, let it go. See yourself breaking from those chains of being connected with it.
You're the face of the future, the blood in my veins, oh, ooh, the blood in my veins, oh, ooh. But they never did, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up when it rained down, like.
Good job. Send the breath wherever it needs to go, wherever there's discomfort. All right, and this is going to be our last song where we do a release. So really dig deep for this one, guys. I want you to lean into those stories that you told yourself, lean into that evidence that your brain, that your mind has found from those past experiences or from what you observed growing up. They're telling you that what you truly desire isn't possible, or that you have to work all of the time to have it, or that you have to give yourself or sacrifice yourself in order to have it, that the journey has to be hard. And as you exhale, I want you to see the energy of those stories, of those memories, of that evidence leaving your body, leaving your mind, and forming into another creature floating across from you. And I want you to start looking in its eyes. With each breath, see more energy leaving your body, leaving your mind. This evidence is no longer yours. It's not yours to carry. It's not even truly what your mind has thought it is. You're going to hold in 3, 2, 1. Just see all of that energy being gathered up into your chest and throat. So it's going to be released with this scream. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scream. Let it all out. See yourself breaking away from this creature, from all of those memories, all of those thoughts, all of that evidence. Good job. If you need to scream a second time, let yourself. Let your entire body get into it. Feel it all the way down to your toes, that release. Good. When you're ready, come back to the active breath. Good job. That was your last scream. Still keep that active breath. We're going to do active breath for about two more songs. I want you to see the creature that you saw floating across from you transform into something else, to beautiful love and light and warmth. That those things were actually the reason is why your dream can come true, that what you want is for you, that it's evidence that it's meant for you. Feel the warmth and the love and the light spread across your body. Good job. Feel the pride and the love you have for yourself. And this next song, I'm gonna have you guys change into a reset breath. So we're gonna be done with the active breath. Okay, so start breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth.
We have simply gone away.
And we're going to enter this next song, we're gonna do some breath holds. And don't worry, I will guide you through the whole thing. Make sure your breaths are still deep in, pulling air into your hips, into your stomach, and then release. Good job, guys. I want you to see yourself in an open field. There's lots of colors. The sun is shining. Just take a moment and take in everything that you see, feel, and hear. And I want you to make your way across this field. See yourself walking, looking down at your feet and your hands. And on the very edge of this field is a dock. There's lots of boats. And you're gonna go and follow these stairs down to the dock. Just taking everything in. Keep your breaths deep and full. Breathe in the light here. And I want you to find your boat. You'll know it's yours, it will call to you, and it'll just scream you. You're going to get on this boat. And as you exhale, it activates the boat moving. As you take another inhale, the boat starts to move feel completely at peace and happy as the boat continues to move. And you realize that the boat is not moving in space, it's moving in time. And you're going to go 3 years ahead of time. So see your boat dock in 2026. You're going to get off of the boat and you're going to start to walk up this hill. There's grass on the sides, there's sand. And on the other side of it is a building. And it can look, let yourself take in all the details. It can look however you see it. Don't judge anything that comes up. Just breathe into it. If your brain starts to question anything, just breathe into it. Let yourself observe and feel the sensations that are going to come up. And walk up to that building, up to the door. And you're going to ring the doorbell or knock on the door. And the person who answers is your future self, 3 years from now. Take in the details, and if you're struggling seeing anything, that's okay. Let yourself feel, let yourself hear. Let the information just come to you. And your future self invites you in. And I want you to take a second and just connect with them. Do you have any questions? And let them give you a pep talk about this upcoming year, about 2024. What advice do they have for you? Keep breathing deeply, and we're going to go into our first breath hold. They're going to share the energy that you need, the sensations, what it feels like to be in your body for what you need in this upcoming year to accomplish all that you want to accomplish. So they're going to put a hand on your chest, and they're going to start to send energy to you. And I want you to focus on breathing deeply and slowly in, and as long as you can. And when you have breathed in all that you can, then you're going to hold. So breathe in and see yourself absorbing the light coming into your body. See the air spreading through every part of your body. And then when you're ready, we're going to do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, hold. Remember, this hold is a little longer than the ones we were doing before. Just see the light spreading throughout your entire body. What this is doing is it is helping your cells to integrate the information. You can release in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Good job. The next breath hold that we'll do, you're going to actually breathe in through the mouth. Okay, so just so you know. Let yourself find your breath again. Ask your future self any questions that came up from the sensations that you allowed yourself to feel, and lean into those sensations now. What did it mean to you? There's no right or wrong answer. Or there's no wrong answer. Let yourself feel the pride that your future self has for you, the same way you felt proud of all those past versions of yourself. And your future self is going to now send you energy of what it feels like to be living those goals, those dreams that you have for yourself, to let yourself experience happiness and peace, what that feels like in your body, because you might have not let yourself go there before this moment. So with this next breath, I want you to inhale through your mouth in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, big breath in for as long as you can, as deep as you can, sucking in that light that your future self is sharing with you. And then you're going to hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And let your body take in those sensations of what it feels like to be happy, to be at peace, to be present. Good job. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Catch your breath. We're going to go into another one in about 10 seconds. Okay, and this next one, your future self is going to be sharing what it feels like to live in your dreams. And just to be this, embody this future version of yourself. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Suck in. Good. And hold. Good. Keep holding. Just take all of this in. Let your body adjust to these new stories and what the light feels like. And release. Good. We're done with the breath holds. So now we're going to prepare to go back. Before you leave, your future self has a little gift for you. And you're going to put it in your pocket. Thank your future self, knowing you can come back whenever you need to. You're going to go back out through the door, back over the hill. Keep breathing deeply. Taking in your surroundings, back on the boat. The boat's going back in time, back to our present day. With each breath, the boat moves a little more further and further. So it's back at the dock. And then we're going back up the stairs into the open field, to the place of nature. And notice that there's a bench there. I want you to sit on that bench and open up that present that your future self gave you. What's inside represents what you need right now for a next step. Just take that in. Let let yourself absorb it. Let your intuition in your body, let it guide you to what that means for you. And connect with the peace and the excitement of what's ahead of you. And then I want you to see a bright, sparkly white ball of light above your head. This is source energy, and with each breath in, it's going to fill your body, make sure everything is aligned inside. It's going to move through every cell in your body, all the way down to your toes. And it's going to root your energy into the earth. And I want you to see your energy kind of start to come back into your body where it is in the present moment. Breathe deeply, and with each inhale, lock in your energy into your body. Start to wiggle your toes. Start to let yourself feel those physical sensations. And you can slow down your breath further. And just take a moment to integrate all of the energy you moved today. What's clear for you now? What did you move? How does your body feel different? When you're ready, you can start to open your eyes. But take it slow. You moved a lot of energy. How did we let it come to this? What we just tasted, we somehow still miss. And when you're ready, drop like what it was like for you in the chat, how you're feeling. You guys did a great job today. Yay! I'm glad it was awesome, guys. I'm so glad. Good job. I'm glad. Does anyone have any questions? How is the future self connection and embodiment? And how are the releases? And you guys can unmute yourselves if you want to like say it instead of put it in the chat. That's okay. Yay. I'm so glad, guys. Okay. Yeah, that was it. The transformational breathwork journeys are always really like intense in the sense of what we're releasing and things. And then I add in the energy healings at the end. Sometimes they're different each time. So this time was a future self. Just that we can really tap into like what's ahead for us, and you know what we need to get there, because it helps bring us some clarity. And if you enjoyed today's, I'm going to be starting to do these on like twice a month or maybe weekly basis in January. And I'll be doing the like same format of it being group. But if you wanted more one-on-one breathwork journeys, you can get those inside of the intuitive therapy program. Doors are open until the 12th, so there's 2 more days open. And I would love to discuss with you if it's the next best step for you when it comes to overcoming any type of mental health challenges or just problems that you kind of feel yourself continuing to experience. It's great for people who struggle with anxiety consistently or even depression and loops of just stagnancy or feeling stuck, feeling like you really struggle with connecting with other people and being able to reach the goals that you have for yourself. Or if you really struggle, especially with just like limiting beliefs and all that kind of stuff. So I would love to have you. You can schedule a discovery call, or if you feel like, yes, I absolutely want in, you can, I'll send the link in with the follow-up email with this replay as well. But yeah, you get customized breathwork journeys, one-on-one sessions with me, energy healings, meditations, workbooks, visualizations. You get all of the stuff, all for all of the different levels of healing, the physical, the cognitive, and the energetic. So I'm really excited. This is my favorite offering that I have, which is why it's my signature program, because I'm combining all of the modalities that I've learned that have helped me and that I wish that I had when I wanted to make some of these changes, especially when it came to my mental health. I didn't realize I had anxiety or that I would end up in these depressive cycles for a while. So, okay, any questions, any comments, anything else from you guys? I don't want to keep you too long because I know these are a little bit longer than 60 minutes just because of the intro in the beginning. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.